So you are interested in catching up for the AP class, and what you need to do is go to my website at codecreative.us, and then we'll click on courses, and then you're going to scroll down and click on this Space Invader icon, and the password here is coding SMHS. And I'll hit enter, and just to be clear, it's coding SMHS as a password. You'll scroll down, you'll click on the League of Legends picture, and this is the Intro to Coding class where we're using Python to learn how to program and also create some video games. So you can start here with this video, and it will walk you through how to get set up. And the class code would be the same class code that was used here. I believe it's like SMHS 2016 or something like that. So just follow this one exactly, because that's the class that's currently existing. And you can see there's some how-to videos here. Eventually, because what you're doing is we're going to go through interactivepython.org and use the textbook here to learn what Python is and how to use its different functionalities, learn about programming. And then every once in a while, you're going to jump back to here, to my website, and you're going to complete a project, right? So then as you draw something with a guide, here's racing turtles with a guide and rubric. This is all gone over in this video here, right? But then eventually you can skip the chatbot challenge, skip that. Eventually you're going to get to a place like right here, I believe, right? So at Magic 8 Ball, where you are going to move from programming on the interactive Python platform to using PyCharm. And PyCharm is an IDE. It's this guy right here, right? And please excuse that, right? That was a poorly named file from one of my students. And what is it? Okay. And that IDE PyCharm is free, and then the install is gone over in this video here. So this shows you how to install PyCharm and install Python and also Pygame, which is a module that you're going to be using to create some video games. Be sure to follow this video exactly, right? So download the exact same versions. Even though you're running a 64-bit machine, you got to download the 32-bit version on both the PyCharm and Python, I believe. So yeah, and then you're going to skip the chatbot challenge. Pong, this is where you're going to be using the Pygame module to create video games, or starting with Pong and then do density and then Raiden 2. Yeah, and I guess just getting up to density would be sufficient, right? So if you get that worked out, then that would be good. And both of these projects have a project portion. So if you look here at the endings of Pong, you have, do this other thing, with this, these try nows here, or you tries. But at the very end, there is a project portion, right? And you can skip the project portion. You don't have to do that, because that's just something that I allow some of the, higher end students in the class to do to differentiate the curriculum, right? Make sure they don't go ahead too fast through the curriculum while the other students are working. And yeah, that's about it. So just get up to density. I think that going through all of these projects, the first beginning projects, would be pretty straightforward. You won't have too much problem going through it and going through the textbook on interactive Python. Magic 8 Ball should be a slam dunk, hopefully. But then once you get to Pong, you got to learn how Pygame works and how 2D games work. And so that's where I think things might start to get a little bit confusing. And density, so all of this stuff. I don't have a video component to the curriculum, which I'm going to be creating this summer. So you cannot use that. You can only use the text informational material. Hopefully that'll be enough, but if not, then you can come in. I'm going to be here for the first 3 weeks up to the 23rd of June, teaching computer science in the same classroom, 305. You can come in and work on your project here, and I can answer any questions and just help clarify any misunderstandings. So my suggestion to you would be to spend as much time as possible going through interactive Python textbook and these beginning projects, so that you can have time to go through Pong, and I can provide instruction before I leave the school and stop teaching summer school. Yeah, so there you go.